7 months for me, Jamila was like my sister. She basically is my sister. So she's my prison sister. I call her that.
And be clear, you know what I'm saying? She's one of the original members of the Pink Panther Clique, okay? We're going to be clear about that. You feel me?
The original.
All right, everybody ain't certified out here, but she's certified, so I'm grateful for that. My sister's everything.
Thank
you know what I'm saying?
Thank
I'm just
you,
trying
baby.
to go live right here, get my audience tuned in.
I love her. Yeah, so if anyone who doesn't know who Jamila is, all right, so
That's a that's a good segue.
Mm-hmm.
The Pink Panther Clique.
Mm-hmm.
When did that start for you? Why did you start it?
Okay.
Very good question.
Very good question. Very good question, and it's going down. So let's talk about it. So in Danbury, there was unique culture in Danbury.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people know a little bit about Danbury from the show Orange is the New Black.
Mm-hmm.
Piper Kerman was actually housed at Danbury as well.
Wow.
Okay, so had a little history going on. It's a camp and a facility that holds about 200 women. So if you know, that's an intimate setting when it comes to, a prison setting. Because 200 women is not a lot. And a lot of times we would be underneath the balance. So we would have like 185, 187. So it was like a really, really niche spot.
Right.
And we kind of ran everything that went on in the prison. So like once you get see, because people don't really know about the real prison experience. You understand
Tell
what
us
I'm
about
saying?
it.
So what happens in the real prison experience is like basically in a place like Danbury, the officers and the COs pretty much have the inmates run the facility. Okay, so let's talk about what that looks like and what that means.
Yeah.
Okay. A CO or officer in the camp is the counselor. So it's really we don't have a warden. What do we call it? A camp administrator is our warden, right? So we have a camp administrator and a counselor. Generally, the camp administrator is never there because he's the assistant to the warden, and the warden is in the actual FCI, which is the main institution that the men are at right now. You
So
feel
you have
me?
to understand there's levels going to a prison. Now, mind you, Sean Beasley try to act like he this white man in real life, but his family and gangster as shit. Like they play spades till the sun come up, bet and all that shit. You know, all them motherfuckers shoot guns. All right, we can cuss by the way. So he try to act like he don't know, but there's levels to go into a prison. You have the camp, you have a low security, a minimum security, a high maximum security. So those are levels that I'm just saying off the dome for going to a prison. We were at a camp, mind you. You know, first time offenders. She and I both. You know. All right,
But why do you think first time offenders get this kind of hefty?
Okay, we
now we jumping, right?
Okay.
Let's get you set up with the facility
Please.
and how it runs. Okay, so I want to take you to because we got a little time here, right?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a little.
We
got water
for you. Hold up, just in case
We got
I
it.
get a little punch on.
Right.
Yo,
All right, let me get ready for you. Okay?
I got some questions now.
So, but hold on, I'm gonna bust him down about the politics because he asked how the Pink Panther Clique got started.
Right.
So we're in this small facility. We got the camp administrator and we got the counselor that runs the facility. Okay. One counselor can't run 200 women. It's not gonna happen.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Because really, literally, it was only one officer. We might have a nighttime officer or something like that, but it's one officer that runs the camp. So you got 200 women, free reign, we do what we want, and we have one officer that mans us with the one counselor. So how the camp works is this. There are clerks there. So these are jobs, okay? There's clerks in every particular area. So there's a clerk over recreation. There's a clerk over food service. There's a clerk over the grounds area. There's a clerk over laundry. There's a clerk over commissary, okay? So what happens is the clerks run the facility, and then the clerks get together. Okay, and really run the facility. So that's really how it goes. So if you are a clerk in the facility, then basically we look out for each other. So I was a recreation clerk. So I took care of all of everything dealing with the good times and activities.
Wow.
So you want to know me. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you want to shuffle duffle, baby.
That you turn up.
You got to know Miller because Miller
Yes.
It's Miller time.
You want to get in any kind of classes and do like crochet, knitting, you need to know Miller. Miller is going to be the one that takes care of that when the prizes come out. And that's the crazy thing about prison. We don't get goodies all the time. So you understand when the rec clerk got the goodies, you feel me? So you need the goodies.
You need them.
You got to come holler at sis. You feel me? So that's how it was going down. Sis had the situation on lock, and my other homegirls, they were clerks. So we pretty much ran the facility. Kai came in. She was a new breed on the block, just like the energy. She knew how to get in. See, Kai knows about politics, okay? And let me tell you something. If you go to prison and you really want to live comfortably, you must understand and know the fundamentals of politics. And this is why I'm breaking this down to you. Meaning, you got to know somebody to live good. If not, your experience is going to be miserable. Am I lying?
Or boring as hell.
Okay. Yeah.
So Kai was
and Jamila would be what you call the queen of politics, all right? Because we need to take it back to the jump as to why you and I got to the point of where we were in prison. Mind you, Jamila was a millionaire at 25 years old.
Oof.
She's always been a very boss-ass female to like the T. So give us a little bit about that, because you have several books where you exclude, your high price to pay, which are in series. She talks about that experience and why she got to being in Danbury and on Alderson, which is another location where she met some more of women
Correct.
who are.
So we're gonna go back to the story. We're gonna talk about that other story first, and then we're gonna go back.
Right.
But yes, I mean, like I was just always about getting my money. Really, I had a boyfriend that was a drug dealer. I was always on the right side of the fence first.
Okay.
Straight A student. I went to high school performing arts, and I was always mesmerized, kind of like by life in the fast lane. Like I had some cousins that used to hustle, and but I couldn't really get a good glimpse of it because I wasn't in. So when I was 14, I met a 16-year-old that was a drug dealer, and dude was getting bread, like wild bread at 16. And I got introduced to that life, and I kind of never came back home. So it was just like crazy from there. So pretty much I left the arts and left doing what my parents wanted me to do, and I just started pretty much hustling. I went from selling drugs to selling credit to, moving houses, and there was always a legitimate part about me, but there was always a gray area. And that gray area is ultimately what led me to prison. So I was a multi-millionaire at the age of 25. I was always chasing bread. And pretty much what happened was, my lifestyle was a little bit too much. When the feds caught up with me this last time, it was just like, whoa, hold up. You're going to stop this. You're going to stop this immediately. You know what I mean? Like, we was pulling up in Maybachs, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Big time.
Bentleys.
Yeah.
Like, way before anybody had, like before Maybach records and all this old stuff that people talk about, like, Miller's been getting money. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to glorify it, but I'm saying it to say, like, we live in the age of Instagram where everybody faking it to make it and all this other kind of stuff. God, if there was an Instagram when I was doing what I was doing. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
I think you would have made more than 25 million.
It would have been absolutely ignorant. But the long story short, I was chasing a lot of materialism and different things that I really shouldn't have been chasing. And I really thought a lot of things was what they was, and they really wasn't what they was. And I really didn't get that reality check till I got the gavel bang, and they said 12 and a half years in federal prison.
But your story was crazy because actually the people that introduced you to what actually took you down, which was the mortgage embezzling, or they would say, were 40, 50-year-old white men. You know what I mean?
They've been doing it for years. So
this is
basically,
why do you think? Quick question. Why do you think when we do it, we get caught, right? But when they do it, is years and years and years.
And when they do get caught, they get caught and get the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it's real. I hate to say it, because I was always one of those people like, oh, everybody wants to use the race card, and but I really learned that it's like first of all, being a female and then being a young black female that was getting that kind of money, like that, they didn't respect that. I like you should, like, my agent became obsessed with me. Like, this dude, sometimes I have to really still look at my window and just see if I got the people over to see. Right. Like, I had a stalker. Like, you would have thought I gave this dude something. Nah, seriously. I know we playing, but I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude was a Johnny Stalker. Like, doing illegal shit. Like, this dude, like, had me locked up wild times on charges and shit that I didn't even do.
Anytime he could bring her in, and hopefully it would stick. But it wasn't able until that shit went down with these guys.
Correct.
But it was even crazier because when you read the book, The High Price to Pay, High Price I Had to Pay, one, she talks about with her lawyer. The first lawyer you had, was it the first lawyer?
Well, it wasn't the first lawyer. It's the second lawyer. See, she knows the intimate. And this is the crazy part. I never really tell everything because I know the movie's coming. You feel me? But she's giving up the details.
I'm sorry, y'all. We have some real life story that y'all are going to see played out. Remember, Philly brought it here first, all right?
Facts.
The Drop Night Show on What Ice Radio brought it here first. The Jamila T, Pink Panther Clique story.
High corruption, starting with like Chris Christie. That dude, Chris Christie.
Oh,
that was her prosecutor.
Yeah, that was my prosecutor.
Chris Christie was her prosecutor.
My U.S. attorney, and on my sentencing day, that dude, Fat Boy, stood up and said, justice has been served in America based on my sentence. That was real live shit. So I'm like, damn. And when I tell you the corruption, because really it wasn't about the crime, they wanted my properties. So in my case, it was really dirty. So the bank's lawyers got the properties back so that they could sell them amongst themselves. And so I was left to do the time with the difference of what they made. So they made like $10 million off the cribs and then put me in jail to do the time on the money that they all pocketed. So the whole key was, let's sit the black chick down, and we gonna make sure that we got her on meds and everything else, so she'll never be able to tell a story. We gonna give her this hefty sentence. You understand what I'm saying? And we gonna bury this hoe so she never tell what we did. You understand what I'm saying? But they underestimated the power of God. Somebody say amen.
Won't he do it?
Amen.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? You feel me? So why they?
Yo, this movie.
Baby, I was just laying down, strengthening my muscles, baby. Baby, they gave me a time to sit down and just, get it right. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's basically what happened. I mean, long story short, I did what I needed to do, and I started writing. I never knew that I could write. So it wasn't until I got behind bars that I learned that I had the gift of writing. And I started writing my story, and I started writing names. You feel me? I started telling intimate details of the players. So if you want to read the book,
everything's in the book.
Get it.
Let's get into this song right now. We're going to take a break. We're going to get into this song. It's Kanye West featuring Lil Pump.
This is my shit.
All right.
Y'all stay tuned.
Y'all pray for Kanye, too.
Happy birthday, Wanna got class. I need to throw up a post real quick of my sis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Wanna. I'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned. It's your girl, Jamila T. Davis, and y'all know what it is.
It's going down. It's the Drop Night Show on With Our Ice Radio. Let's go.
That's what you want to do.
We are still in this explosive interview with Jamila T. Davis, okay? The activist, the writer, the actress, like
the mother.
You can't even put a label on it. She's just an all-around phenomenal woman, and her story is just amazing. For anyone who doesn't know, make sure you go to JamilaTDavis.com and learn about her story, what she's doing to motivate and talk about the topics of injustice throughout America and so on and so forth. And as well, get those books, all right? So listen, you were telling us a little bit how when you got locked up, you got your blessing of learning that you were a writer.
Yes, ma'am. I did not have any clue that I could write. That was not something that I was going to do, nor is it something that I would have ever took the time out to do. But I did it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just grateful for having that quiet moment where I could like actually sit and think, you know what I'm saying? And during that time I could think, like I was able to write some amazing books, like really had a place where God talked to me, and the messages I got, I put them in my books. So your
books right now, you have how many books? You have the Voices of Consequences.
Yes, that was the first book. That was the first book that I ever wrote, was the Voices of Consequences book series for incarcerated women. So it's a self-help series for incarcerated women. So my books were developed to empower incarcerated women to heal, recognize their potential, and recapture their dreams.
So do you think the things that's in place for women, like the psychiatrists and
in prison, you talking about the therapists and all that stuff?
Is that
first of all,
does that
let's
work
talk
for
about
them?
this. Prison is not even created for women. So understand this. Like, women and men commit crimes for different reasons. Okay, we are emotional creatures. Okay, we're nurturers, we're lovers. You know, we just got different DNA from you. Not coming for y'all DNA, but we got different DNA. And so women generally commit crimes because of low self-esteem, to please a dude, to provide for their loved ones if something drastic happens and they're not necessarily thinking rationally. But most women that offend, they have some deep-rooted issues that they need to resolve, okay? Because if you are committing a crime, you're not protecting yourself. Meaning you're taking a risk with your life. So usually there's some things happening inside that cause women to offend. But if we don't ever correct the inside, guess what? The outside is never going to catch up. So what the American judicial system does is it warehouses women and men, you know, and
Who are
it doesn't
broken.
correct.
Broken women and men.
So
or
my goal
some
was
type of-
to utilize my books to help to restore. So a lot of people talk about the problem. I'm not a person who continuously talks about a problem. I find a solution. And so that's what my books do. They speak to the heart of women and help them get into a space where that they can heal and really recognize their inner beauty. And when you shine, you can shine from the inside out.
So are we going to see Jamila T. Davis on a book tour with all the women prisons?
Definitely. Well, I got a
Wait.
series.
So you're
The High
asking
Price I Had
if
to Pay
she's
series?
going to personally go on a book tour with it to the different women prisons? Well,
That's dope. I mean, I definitely right now I go to the juvenile facility. So
I see that.
So I'm making my concentration juveniles because I'm in the midst of getting my PhD. So
Wow.
my dissertation is about using life coaching as a tool to deter at-risk kids from crime. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm inside of the juvenile detention centers, and I'm also inside the schools. So I'm working both with kids there, but eventually my goal is to go into the prisons and, you know, definitely talk to a lot of women who were sitting in the spot that I am.
I think
she
that'd be
does do it now.
powerful.
She does it on an intimate level. Jamila does a lot of his speaking engagements. So your most recent one was with Global Citizens.
Yes.
At the Apollo.
Yes.
And that was
That
pretty
was a
major
big
for
deal. I
you.
was
Yeah.
very grateful for that.
Congratulations to
Yes,
that. That was
thank you,
amazing.
sis.
So she does do that like throughout on an intimate level. She was here in Philadelphia about like 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. And she had a couple of women come through to talk about their experience, and it was just amazing. I went to that one; it was really
Yes,
nice. I taste.
yes.
So, all right, have you ever considered writing under another name or?
Well, to be honest with you, sis, and if I could just be dead honest, and you know I don't know how to do nothing but be honest, since I've been home, I have not been able to write.
Really? So you
Yes.
have a writer's block
It's
right
not
now.
even that I have writer's block. It's just that so much in life is happening.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, okay, for today, I started off my morning in a school, the middle school that I've been doing my stuff with. Okay, I went from my middle school, then I went to a meeting, and then I went to another meeting, and then I came
just
out
don't
here.
have the time.
So like my life is like a constant speeding race now
Yeah.
that I'm trying to find a balance. And this is the difference about prison. Prison, we ain't have nothing but time. There was no distractions, no iPhones to go off on you. It was just real. So if you don't really have distractions, then you could just focus. Right now, I got a bunch of distractions, but I have to clear my space so I can focus. And one thing about me, when I get focused, baby, it's no turning back.
So would you ever, once you get to that space, would you write under another name? Have you ever thought about that?
I won't have time to write underneath another name.
Right.
I can absolutely answer
But
that.
you have a brand. You're the brand, so I guess you probably would.
I'm not going to write underneath another brand. I will definitely continue to write. I did write a book. I've written over a dozen books. I think so far.
And she's helped other women write books, so that's why it's gotten to that point.
That's heavy.
But
That
I'm
is
going to
heavy.
release a book that I wrote that has not been released yet. It's called Built to Outlast the Storm, and it's amazing.
Wow.
And that's the piece that I'm going to utilize to do my speaking engagement platform. So I'm working on some things, but I have so many things on my plate, and I help so many other people. So it's not just been my life. It's been, helping so many different people get their lives on track. One thing I had to learn is, okay, Miller, focus time. Get that focus, girl.
Right.
Because you could be helping everybody else and won't be helping yourself. So I know now, like, okay, I love everybody. Everybody is great. You're wonderful, and I want to see everybody win. But guess what? This sister here, this black sister
Gotta
here
win
that done
for
put in her
herself.
work,
Yeah.
she got to win too. So it's time
Facts.
to roll up my sleeves, do what I got to do.
So let me ask you this question about writing. Do you feel that someone who is a writer has to have strong emotions to be a writer? Do you feel
To be
like-
honest with you, I think you do.
Okay.
Because like my mother said, my mother, Miss Liddy, something else. My mother always tell me, baby, make them feel it. Make them feel it. Okay? So when we was little kids, even when I was singing church and stuff like that, my mother used to tell me, but she give me the pep talk before I go. Now, baby, they got to feel it.
Oh, you know how to sing?
That's a whole other story. But
She know how to dance,
bottom
though.
line is, when you write, I want to feel the experience. So if you dry and you ain't giving me you got to dig in that thing. So if y'all read my books, you ain't gonna want to put them down because I'm taking you there with the adjectives. I'm making you. I might be a better writer than I am a speaker. How about that? And that's pretty serious to say, but yes, I write pretty
How?
well.
So
Because
being
it's
that
just words, like
so
you
now
just sit with it and you doing your words.
Jamila, now let's get into the activist Jamila, right?
Yes.
How and did you ever see yourself being this individual of getting out there and being on the soapbox talking about it? You
and
never.
You know what's so crazy? First of all, shout out to my sis Tamika Mallory. I love Tamika Mallory. I'm gonna say that again. I love Tamika Mallory. Now, I used to see Tamika in my Essence and Ebony magazines when they came through the jail, and I used to always read about it. I'm like, yo, this girl is super dope. I just like what she stood for. And my god sister one time came to visit me. You was there when she came to visit me, Marvette Brito, and she basically was telling me about Tamika. She's like, yo, when you get home, you got to meet Tamika. And it's crazy because when I got home, Marvette never got a chance to connect me with Tamika.
And Marvette is a well-known publicist. I'm talking about Mariah Carey publicist. Like, this is her god sister. And Marvette and her mom used to come up to see them.
Yes.
Yeah. They be the only ladies in the visiting room with Birkin bags and shit. You be like, who is these? Who is this?
Walking up the hill in they 6-inch heels. It was crazy.
It's funny that we hear these stories because you don't hear these stories in women prisons. You hear them in men prisons.
Yeah. No. But when you got a boss motherfucker like Jamila, okay, mind you, Jamila was a celebrity to the celebrities. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you needed something, she was the lady to go to. If you was a rapper, upcoming rapper, you wanted to get a ball out ass car, if you wanted to get a mansion or get a little condo in Jersey, she was the plug. This is the plug. Okay.
That's how I got caught up being the plug.
But from Jamaica, Queens, let's do this. How did you connect with 50?
Well, 50 is Sunshine's brother. Like, that's her play brother. So I connected with 50 through her. But I don't really know him that well. He's not one of the ones that I know like that well. I mean, in my area, I grew up around the corner from DJ Clue, so I've known him all my life. You know, it's funny. I think, like, I want to say my 12th birthday party, DJ Clue did my 12th birthday party.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Prodigy.
So this was pre MTV Sweet 16, huh?
Way pre that. I mean, but I guess if we go back, then
Prodigy.
Wow.
Like, she's from Jamaica, Queens. Like, you understand all of those people from that area.
Correct. So me and Prodigy went to the same dance school. His grandmother owns a dance school. Okay. So basically, I've known Prodigy since I was like 7 years old.
Wow.
God rest the Prodigy.
Yeah. And then I went to junior high school with Ja Rule. So I knew him since I was like 13, I want to say junior high school age. So we all lived in the same area. So I watched them come up, and watching them come up inspired me. Like, yo, I knew I didn't want to necessarily be a rapper, but I was around it. So I wanted to find a way I could get in. And actually, God rest the dead, there was an old gangster that's notorious. His name is E-Money Bags. E-Money Bags is who put me in the game. So basically, E-Money Bags took me underneath his wing. He introduced me to Akinelli Adams. You know, Akinelli, put it in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth. Yeah.
Akinelli introduced me to Dame and Jay-Z. So I knew Dame and Jay-Z before they got their deal over at Def Jam. Actually, I was working with them. I was supposed to help them procure their bag before they got their bag over at Def Jam. So that's like a long time ago. So I've been in the game forever. I've watched so many people come up. I'm definitely well respected because a lot of people talk about what they could do, but then when it's time to deliver, they're not able to deliver.
Facts.
So in my day, basically, I was the plug with credit. So I could take your credit score from 400 to 800 overnight. So I was everybody's best friend. So that's how that went. So basically, I took the whole hood. The whole hood had good credit underneath my regime.
Damn.
Okay? And pretty much it was just what it was. If you had your bag, my little fee, you had my fee, and a little couple dollars to put down on your car, you was getting.
She got Jay-Z that Lexus he was rapping about.
Oh, no. I didn't. I didn't get Jay-Z. Me and Jay-Z had a GS 300 at the same time. I did not get Jay-Z. I never actually did a car for Jay-Z. Okay. But this is the reason why I didn't do a car for Jay-Z, because Jay said he didn't want everybody to know, yo, I used the car hookup. Now I'm not doing that. So I never got Jay a car, but I did help a lot of rappers who first came out in the game get their cars. You know what I'm saying? Capone, Noriega, Fab, and numerous others their very first car. Like I was that person that was like, yo, boom, boom, don't worry, get this.
So how is it now when you bump into them? Like you're out, they see you, they know your story, right?
I'm not really bumping into people. So like a lot of people, listen, a lot of people see me, but they don't understand. Like I'm into my little world. Like I'm not really going to, it's not party time. Jamila T. Davis is securing the bag. Okay?
Facts.
It's bag time, y'all.
Facts.
So let's talk about this. I only go out if it means something to something that I'm doing or a project that I'm working on. I do not go out to socialize just to socialize. I've never been a club goer ever in my life. So for real, I might have gone out. If you count how many times I've been to clubs in my natural life, I probably could do it on 2 hands. 2 hands.
Really?
Okay, because I'm not a go out type of person. Like that's not really just my thing. I just never was into that. So I'll do it now, but it's not like that.
But
so
it's a purpose.
Yes, it's
everything
a purpose.
Everything has a purpose.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, like if I'm going out, then it's
so mind you, just to speed it up, Jamila had 2 young children when she first originally went to prison, and they were kids. They were basically like 9 and 11 years old. They are both young adults right now. Kylie, which is her son, we had on the show a while ago.
He's
you were talking about. He's still doing his thing. He's actually in Atlanta. He's in school, still pursuing the music industry, and is hot as shit.
First. Yes, school first. He's doing his thing, and he's almost finished now. So I really respect the fact that he grinded through it.
Man, when I tell you about this kid, it's just the energy behind him, the focusedness, the knowledge, like he's just so on point with it. You know what I mean? I remember when y'all used to have the conversation. She talked to him every day for like 12 years, almost 12 years.
Yo, she was there for it all, and I'm smiling. I'm smiling because Kai know the story. So just so you know, we got mad shit done from behind bars. Like people know my story, but they don't know my story. We started a clothing line from behind bars, me and my son together. We have a bunch of different projects going on, and how we did it was through Skype. So Kai used to be right there for my Skypes. So my Skype is all of 30 minutes. You get a 30-minute
Skypes and phone calls, 15 minutes.
So I'm instructing my little son on the Skype, like, all right, yo, go over here. Let me see it. Turn the computer around. Let me see how the computer looks. Yo, turn back. All right, make that like that. Put that over there. Okay, call them too. All right, yo, when I tell you, me and my son made it happen together from behind the wall. So everything that you see, like, this shit took years. Like a lot of people see us and they be like, yo, the glow up was overnight. Sunshine Smith Williams, shout out to my sister. She came home. She did what she needed to do with us with social media push. And then I came behind her from behind the wall doing the rest, putting out the books, getting the articles done, you know, doing the different things that we know that we needed to do, which was the film projects. And speaking of film projects, Kai was actually the first. You was the first, right? So I did a 3-year project with Lauryn Hill. Who is definitely
wait. Let's get into Kai's song. Let's get into Kylie's. No, we're gonna get into Kylie's song.
We need more hours with you.
Yo, we need a whole 2 days. I'm telling y'all. So let's get into it right now. This is Jamila T. Davis' son. He goes by the name of Kylie. By the way of Atlanta, by way of Queens, Jamaica, Queens, and he's doing his thing. He got a song out right now called All That Money. Let's get into it right now.
Damn, All That Money.
Night show. Let's go. It's the Drop Night Show. I'm your girl, K Wonder. That was Kylie, okay, with All That Money. Yo, y'all make sure y'all
go get that record because he's on it.
Check him out all day. Yo, the kid is doing his thing, and he's doing it with no labels. All right,
so
no
I'm
labels.
proud of you of your son right there.
I mean, I'm incredibly proud. First of all, my children are survivors. You know, they did a decade without their mother. Like, you know, it's common for kids at times to do a decade without their pops, but without your moms, you know, especially for a little girl growing up, it was a lot. So I salute my kids because they're good kids and
they're smart.
Everything I did that was twisted, they turned out right, and I'm just grateful for that.
Did you be like, thank you, God?
I mean,
you gotta be.
God, if I'm not thankful for God and I can't see His favor that rests all the way over my life, that lays on my life, baby, then I ain't right. You know, for real.
So you were talking about you were about to get into the whole thing with Lauryn Hill, how you have all this footage to actually create your first. Okay,
you can tell this story because I was right there for this story.
This one was really interesting because I recall when I was at my stunt in Danbury. when Jamila expressed to me that she was basically best friends with Lauryn. Her and Lauryn are literally the same person. Okay, in so many words. I'm not trying to say it to the sense where because Jamila
really she knows the relationship. You know, I basically I don't often talk a lot about because I'm not really trying to roll off of somebody else's
hotel,
just trying to protect. But she was there for it. Like she was there for the notebook letters. Like the you know you can't tell the story. You was there.
I mean, all right. So Jamila had this obviously among the many other ideas she had with the clothing line, the books. She's always been forward thinking. She's always been an innovator. This is just her. So she comes to me with the idea about doing it initially was supposed to be a reality show, but she presented the idea to Lauryn, and Lauryn changed the direction to making it an actual documentary.
Wow.
And they were going back and forth for months. I'm going to say like 2, 3, maybe 4 months on the build out of it all. Jamila, being the backing, Lauryn doing some parts and being the backing, but she was basically the producer. So it was based off of, by the end of it, what would you say? It was based off of a bunch of girls coming out. The show was Fresh Out the Feds.
Fresh Out the Feds. Baby.
That was the name of it. It was a documentary. This is before Queen Latifah put out her joint on. She had a show come out pretty much about the same premise, which your girl was actually on too. Shout out to Brandy Davis. Shout out to Brandy Davis. She was on that. But so Jamila had the idea. So she's going back and forth with Lauryn Hill about this. Mind you, this is Lauryn Hill. Not many people can sit there and say that they have a conversation with Lauryn Hill. But this lady behind prison walls is communicating and talking to Lauryn Hill every day.
10 times a day. And we back and forth and we arguing. And I'm like, yo, God, I can't take it. What's up? Then we come back and, oh, my God. Because one thing about Lauryn, she is incredibly gifted. And I'm not talking about just gifted as far as just her music. Spiritually, she's gifted. And I learned so many valuable lessons and jewels. And to be honest with you, I have to give her credit. Like, God created me, and I'm grateful for my gifts, but she brought my gifts out into
life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally birthed me, like, in the jail. Like, yo, keep your head up. This is what we doing today. So for 3 years, Lauryn and I worked on a project together called Fresh Out the Feds. And Kai was the first person we filmed coming home from prison. Is that crazy?
That is crazy. I was the first one, and then there was like several other women leading up to Jamila's release, and we have all that footage.
Yes.
And we try to see what's up with Lauryn. Is she gonna release the footage or not? Like,
so she has a concert at the end of this month. So
you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and step out there. I'll go over there.
Yeah, I'll go say what's
That's
up.
something
to,
that needs to
say
come
what's
out.
up to sis. Say
That's
what's up
something
to
that
her.
needs to come
It
out.
definitely does. We have some incredibly great footage, and first of all, everything is about timing.
Right.
So sometimes we try to precede God because we want it now. We want it right now. But I'm learning now just to be patient, because as everything works out, it's lining its way up. And I think, for God, I needed to kind of put my own feet down. I didn't need to come in off somebody else's back. Because nothing is disrespectful about it, but let's talk about this. When you come in off of somebody's work and you really don't do the work, you really don't know how to plant the foundation. So if that person disappears from your life, then guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to go back to the base that you started at.
Facts.
So, in my life, I've already given up 10. Okay? I don't plan on giving up another thing. So everything here is forward progress. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the film business through working with Lauryn. I learned a lot about the film business now through being out here, working on my own projects. So I'm just grateful for the experience. So
And that's the thing about Jamila. She's self-made. Everything's been self-made. You have a publishing company that you started with your mother, is self-made. You know what I mean? Jumping into, to fast forward, she just recently had a show on NBC called Pink Collar Crimes. And they talked about her case on this show. And was it the She-Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, and that was amazing.
That was
less than a year home from prison. And I get a call from CBS that they want to do a show about me and my story and give me an hour episode on primetime TV. That was just...
Mind you, she was listed in Forbes. She had a whole write-up in Forbes about her experience and what her movement. And let's not forget, she is an activist. So I want to know, Jamila, exactly how long have you been doing this activist?
I started activism from behind the wall. So in 2015, with the help of Lauryn Hill, I started Women Over Incarcerated. And that's a nonprofit agency created to shed light on the epidemic of women in prison and the lengthy sentences many of us serve as first-time offenders and non-violent offenders. It's crazy. So some of my Fed sisters have 30-year sentences. My prison mom has 2 life plus 50 years for being simply the girlfriend of a drug dealer. So people don't understand this. When your dude is the man, okay? So like, everybody be like, yo, I want that LA. Hey, throw it up. Okay, baby. Know what throw it up comes with.
Right.
Okay? Because that's what they do. When you making that kind of money and you getting 30. Like, that's minimal. And they sitting everybody down with you. So if you the main chick, you living in the crib, and they can kind of relate, you don't even have to have any drugs on you. These girls ain't get caught with drugs. They just caught
by association. Yes, conspiracy. So in federal, that's a number.
So do you agree with Kim Kardashian is trying to do?
Hell yeah, I agree with what she's trying to do. I mean, at the end of the day, she getting people up out of prison. I wouldn't care, what she did or who she, that ain't my business. You know what I mean? But what my business is the people behind the wall.
Boss.
And if you can help the people behind the wall get from behind the wall, baby, I'm with you. Salute, queen.
Facts.
Right.
Because man, do she get hate.
I mean, but that's the thing about people. How could you be mad that somebody took nothing and made it into something?
Right.
How you gonna get mad? Oh, it's only nothing. Well, you know what? Clearly, her nothing is worth something because the people said it's worth this. You can't be mad. That's called a hater.
Right.
Why are you hating on her?
Right.
Clearly, she's got an audience. There's some people that want to watch her. They're interested in investing in her brand. Then that's what it is. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator.
So from an activist standpoint, what is guiding your choice of action? What makes you want to get up every day and talk about the injustice and the experience? Obviously, you've been through it, but what is?
That's it, Kyle. I mean, you answered the question. I mean, I laid down for a dime. And during that time, the people that I watched, I love the people that I met behind the wall.
Right.
And I know that they don't have a voice. They can't speak for themselves. And so many people are ashamed of saying, yo, I'm a felon. So that's why we created the Pink Panther Clique, because we wanted to make it cool. Quote unquote, to show your face, to say, you know what, I overcame adversity. Not glorifying the crime, but saying, you know what, I went through it. So we started the movement to get women to come out and say, I went through it, because what was happening is everybody comes home, nobody wants to talk about it, everybody wants to change their wig color and change their last name, and nobody want to say, yo, my sister's back at the ranch over there, they need me. So I said, we're not going to do this.
So how much do you understand your world that you live in, and how do you think it works, and what are you doing to change it in terms of you being this voice for these women?
Well, really, the only way I think to change it, people have reform bills and all kind of stuff. I don't think that that's going to work. I don't believe in that. But this is what I do believe in, the power of the vote. So let's talk about that, y'all.
November.
Okay? First of all, a lot of formerly incarcerated people don't know that they could vote. And you know how I know that? Because I didn't know I could vote. In the state of New York, formerly incarcerated people, even if you're on probation or parole, you can vote.
Really?
Key is, a lot of us don't know, or we're not in Pennsylvania, you can automatically vote as soon as you come home from prison.
Oh, wow. They don't want you to know this.
So
they keep this information from you.
At the end of the day, information is power. So at the end of the day, it's my job. I'm teaming up with my sis, Tamika Mallory. We spoke about her in the beginning. And we she has her Power to the Polls campaign, which is a part of the Women's March. Myself and a couple of other ex-offender influencers. We just spoke in Philly. You got, well, not in Philly, in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
You're
with Wallow.
Philly, so Wallow, Sean Hartwell, myself, Tony Lewis Jr., my sis, Sunshine Smith-Williams. So we basically, in my sign, we teamed up, and Chiali, we teamed up to create a network to, help with an initiative that we're doing to educate the formerly incarcerated about their right to vote. And it's our job now to mobilize them and get them into action.
Yeah, we need that.
Facts.
This election, we
gotta
need
have
it.
Would you say that social activism is basically like your tribe? Is that like would you consider it to be a tribal form of okay, everybody, we got to focus to do, this is what it is? Would you consider that? Or would you just say that it's just like a passion for you and it's a God-given,
I just know that I'm on purpose, Casa. I just, it's even like in this interview, I just go
Talk
for
about
spirit.
it.
Like, I don't really, okay, God, how you going to use me today? What we doing? And I just feel it. And that's something I'm passionate about, because I know that once we open up our mouths and we galvanize, it's going to be a problem. Then you can put who you want in office. And when we get the right people in office and we got the right kind of pressure on them. If you a street dude, you know about pressure. You feel me? Sometimes you got to rock with the people that know how to put that pressure. The power of the vote is the power of the pressure. Baby, we get the pressure game down, it's a wrap. And that's what it's all about.
So who are those who are going to join you in making the bid of applying this pressure? Who are the people you feel like look up to you or you know, believe in this movement?
Well, I hope ex-offenders across the country, and that's the reason
Being
why
one.
we showed our face.
Right.
You know, so pretty much, you know, anybody that could relate, and it's not just relating to me, it's relating to the other ex-offender influencers. Anybody that wants to make a difference and a change, and anybody that wants to have their voice count, I'm hoping that they will listen to what I have to say, and we're here to give them the information.
That message needs to get out because this.
It's a lot.
Listen.
It's a lot of information. Again,
Wow.
everybody make sure
You
you
learn
go to,
something new every day.
Y'all really don't know that.
I didn't know that.
The system is designed to keep people
Of color. Let's talk about it.
specifically of color in a cycle of this, where they're just like in a rinse. You know what I mean? They're not drying out and going to hang in the sun. And no, they want to keep you in that rinse. So the minute you're able to shake yourself off,
And
mayonnaise.
They don't do mayonnaise and Hellmann's.
The whole point to it is we keep talking, but we got to do. And this is the problem that I have with a whole bunch of activists and people that want to do the rallies and vote. Excuse my language. Fuck the rally. Let's go vote. Like, you talking, but then you're not doing. Vote. Line up. And in some places, in some districts, it takes 2,500 votes to get some of these council people in. You get them in. Yes, we're going to put you in office, and then we're going to send Jerome there to talk to you every other day with our accountability plan.
Right.
Okay? Now, Councilman Sanders, now how are you today, sir? Okay. So, and it goes back to prison mentality. So we learned politics in prison. We learned how you got to apply the pressure. It's the same way. The vote, y'all.
Yeah.
Gotta get out and vote.
Y'all said it. Y'all hear it. It's Jamila T. Davis right here on the Drop Night Show on Border Ice Radio. We're going to get into this next song real quick. It's Kylie with 100.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
Mind
my
y'all,
son.
never
Listen to
forget.
this, y'all.
Y'all got to listen to the Don.
So he's
Shout
getting
out
to the bag and keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Y'all
That's
better
hard.
listen. It's the drop. Let's go. So it's the Drop
You
Night
gotta
Show.
laugh.
We're back on. Jamila was just going some behind the scenes stuff that
See, that's what I want. I want to know that part, the good part.
I mean, it's the part. They just talk, to be honest with you, I haven't been with anybody in 13 years.
Wow.
13 years.
I don't believe that goddamn shit. I'm
Listen.
sorry, you my
Listen.
sister. I know you done let somebody
I've been sniff,
sniff, lick,
Something.
rub. Nah, bull the fuck
What?
shit. She talking about she said something.
So legs are closed.
13 years.
She got on a chastity fucking belt. Fuck her legs closed.
So so let's talk about this. So you want to
Go
talk
ahead.
about some real shit? 13 years, right? So now I'm just going to give some random person my shit? Do you know what my shit is worth?
Oh, I'm quite now. It's worth.
Oh,
Woo.
so do you understand? See, when you understand your worth, you're not just giving your shit away.
Right.
You feel me? I'm not doing that. I waited this long, so we're gonna go ahead and do things the right way. I'm just not getting with somebody and being like, yo, I like you, so I think I'm gonna give you my shit. No, I'm not giving you my shit. Matter of fact, give me my shit back.
She's strong.
So you're heavy on social media,
so
right?
strong.
Yeah.
What do the DMs look like?
I mean, the DMs look like different things. There's certain people that say, like, I'm inspiration. You got dudes in there, but I just don't do that. So for me, I'm not entertaining. Like, I'm not doing that. So we're not doing that. And then we have people who, for booking engagements and stuff like that. Booking engagements and stuff like that. I got to come on back. You know, I got real relaxed with y'all. So booking engagements and stuff like that. But different things. But the DM is a good thing. CBS found me through a DM. So I can tell you the power of social media. I have gotten some really good requests and things like that. And it's people who reached out through social media. So I respect the power of social media.
What's non-negotiable for your brand? For you as a brand, what are you just like, I'm not doing
Nothing that's not on purpose.
Okay.
So again, I've been getting money since I was 10. You know what I'm saying? Selling candy in the schoolyard. So for me, it's nothing to get money. I'm not doing anything where I'm selling my soul for $1.55. It's not an option. So when I'm telling you, no, right now I'm not in the season where I'm having sex, where I'm not married. I'm not in the season where I'm just getting money to do anything. So whatever I do to get money, it has to have some kind of ethical value, or I got to do it. It has to resonate with my purpose. If not, I'm just not interested.
That's power.
So
That's
you guys
power.
gotta understand. All right,
Fellas, you here?
It is.
for you, I don't know. It's probably a dumb question, but networking. You have relationships with people all up and down the East Coast, the West Coast, Texas. You have met a lot of people in your time.
Facts.
Everyone draws to you. Everyone comes back to be like, yo,
look at
Jamila.
Her energy is sickening.
Right.
I want to turn up with you. How
really hard is it for you to differentiate, because you meet so many people? You know what I mean? You got your tight knit of individuals, but you are very open to anybody. If anybody wants to come and say, Jamila, can you help me write a book? You would do it. How hard is it for you, or do you have those points where you're like, you know what, I
recently, like I had to transition out of that because I'm doing so much for other people and I'm not doing it for myself. I mean, a lot of it is self-love. You got to love yourself. And I think for me, I gave so much because I didn't love myself. So I gave to others because I wanted them to love me. You understand what I'm saying? So I gave me so that they could love me, but that never works out. So I'm not interested in that anymore. So I help people, so I help causes. So if I'm writing a book, the book is for the universe. If I'm working on the cause is for the cause. And then after that, I got to kind of work on me. So I help. I don't help individual people. I help causes. I'm really into a bigger segment of things. I'm part of movements and causes that do things that empower and uplift people in the masses. So it's about working smart, not hard.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up because I'm telling you, this is really been a blessing.
I feel like this just got started.
Yeah,
damn nice check.
What?
Yo, y'all definitely got to keep your eye on Jamila because
I'm quite sure. Wait a minute. Since you're a brand now, I'm quite sure it's a lot of people wanting to attach to you.
Yeah, but I'm not even accessible. So no disrespect. She got me because this is my sister.
Yeah.
And she threatened me like, yo, you better come. Like, I'm not just doing anything I'm not thirsty. I'm not thirsty for, like, you know how people be thirsty for clout. For fame? I'm not that. I told you, I'm not at the party. I'm not at the club. I could be everywhere. I know everybody. I know everybody. I could be everywhere, but I'm not everywhere. Right now, I'm in my circle, putting together my arsenal, because I got a plan, baby. You know, like Martin had a dream, Jamila got a plan. And baby, Jamila is just fine-tuning that plan. So all I do is what I'm doing that works in my plan. I'm not ready to come outside yet. You know, I know they call me like Tiffany Haddish at the Tiffany, I'll see you in a minute, show. Okay? I'm not going over there right now because it's nothing to party about right now. I'm planning and preparing to conquer. So that's what it is, y'all.
So when is this movie coming?
We got some stuff coming. I don't even want to give you all of it. You know, I went to a meeting today and I got in trouble about using social media to announce shit. You know what I'm saying? I really got banned because, you can't tell I didn't know that. You know, y'all got to tell me if you got me doing some shit and you didn't give me notice that you didn't want me to tell nobody. You feel me?
They don't know you?
No, they didn't tell me. So I went and said some shit and I wasn't supposed to say it, but this is what I'm going to say. Okay? TV, yes. Okay? Film, yes. Okay? Movies, yes. Okay? History, yes, baby. Okay? I'm living to live a legacy for my children and my children's children. I'm going in the textbooks, y'all. Okay?
Facts.
Davis, and I said that.
Facts.
And it's going down.
So everybody make sure, again, I keep saying it, check out the website. It's JamilaTDavis.com. On IG, it's Jamila T. Davis.
That's right. Follow me, y'all.
Everywhere. It's Jamila T. Davis. Go and get the books. We'll have her back.
Did you and her, when y'all was locked up, did y'all argue a lot? Like debate a lot, right?
Definitely. Me and Kai have been in heated brawls. But the thing about those brawls are real. So like anybody that tells you the truth and doesn't mind fighting with you, they love you.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, man. You don't want them people.
Right.
So I always love the fact that in her truth, baby, she gonna stand on that thing. She gonna stand on that damn truth, and she is not gonna wiggle. And that makes
facts.
This is the truth too.
Because I'll be ready to strangle the shit.
It's rarely in the world that you meet people that you could just be your authentic self and allow them to be their authentic self and see their growth and their passion and their love for their family and their friends and see them just like catapult. You know what I mean? Like she literally took off running and she still don't think she did enough. And I'm like, sis, look at you.
Bitch, right? Excuse my language.
No, you and that bitch. Yeah.
We used to have board meetings in the motherfucking back of the
top
jail.
Of her bunk too. We was gonna be on your bunk.
The first time I really got with you because I wanted to see what she was about because she was talking her shit. She hit my door one day like, excuse me, because you know I was like the OG in the spot. So I used to be on my.
She gonna call me out.
They bring all my shit to me, so I didn't even have to move off the top bunk. My shit was just laid for me. She hit my door one day. excuse me, hi, I'm your next door neighbor. I have a marketing company. I have a firm that I do such and such and such with, and I'd like to talk to you. I said, let me see about this black bitch. Is she about her business? So I took her outside with me. You remember that day we had our little folders, and we used to have these other 2 white women that were like my board members. Like, no, they was about their business. So when you go to a camp,
Jews.
yo, these
white women
in the camp.
It's a lot of white women in federal prison,
and their minds be incredible. So we literally, I'm in a board meeting with Kai. Remember, I think I had Catherine on one side of me, Robin, and we're talking outside about marketing things. And Kai is like a whole, she got 2 sides to it. She got the little ghetto, but this chick right here is a monster. She's like, okay, well, this is what we'll do. We're going to lay out the plan. I said, yo, she's a monster. So really what attracted me to Kai was her intellect. So she put me on about social media, the different things that were happening. She gave me marketing advice. Like, I learned a lot from this girl right here. She's a beast. So I put my stamp on Kai. She's everything. That's why I'm here today. That's why I drove 2 hours by myself.
I love you.
Driving home 2 hours by myself because of this chick right here.
I absolutely love her. Yeah.
Well, I'm still waiting for her to drop some jewels in me.
I'm sure she drops them every day. Every day.
Look, everybody, thank you, Jamila. Again, thank you so much.
So you from New York? All right, I want to get into this real quick.
Could we wrap?
No.
Wrap the show up, sir.
New York, right?
Yes.
So Nicki and Cardi.
Oh my
Who you got?
He always gotta get us some ratchet shit.
I don't know. This would take a long time for me to.
She from Queens, so of course she gonna represent Queens.
No. They don't always gotta be like that.
Don't be politically correct.
It's not even about being politically correct. I love Nicki Minaj's music. Nicki Minaj also went to my high school performing arts. I think she's a dope artist.
She is.
She is. I love her music. Cardi, I love her realness. I love that she says what she wants to say and feels the way she feels. So really, I like both of them. I don't understand what they got going on right now. And I do know that they must be careful because this right here turns into other shit. And once you start getting that street shit involved, like it's really no turning back.
Right.
So I would just say, be careful. Like, this is not really what people want. You wanted to get to the M's, stay with the M's. Because I used to tell people on the block, you can't beef and get money on the block at the same time. You got to choose. Which one you want to do? You want to beef or get money? And for me, I'm always going to choose to get money. You feel me? So I just would, advise them both to just do something else because this is not cool.
Do you think she was wrong for popping off at that event?
I mean, I can't say she was wrong, but I can't say she was right. But this is what I can say. This is not cool. And this is what I know.
Right.
You're turning this into street stuff. I know the people that you're involving. This is all going to end ugly, and there's nothing nice going to be about this. And everybody's going to end up where I was in the end. So at the end of the day, it's not worth it.
Walk
so,
away.
let it go.
Right.
Everybody go their own separate ways. Wash up the beef. And the dudes might have to do that. Wash up the beef and let this be. Because this right here, this ain't going no place nice. It's going to be ugly.
Because they the only 2 females at the top of this game.
Well, I wouldn't say they're the only 2.
Not the only 2.
They're not the only 2.
No, not the only 2. The only 2 top females.
All right, well, listen. The thing is, everybody knows Cardi is a gang member.
She real.
Everybody knows Cardi is
real comfortable right now because the day we had this conversation, that other Kai came out. She was turned. No, Cardi this and Cardi that.
No, it wasn't even like that.
I'm
just saying, y'all know she's a gang member. Y'all
the
know she like
Cardi,
to fight.
She's very clear about who she is,
Thank
what she
you.
does.
Thank
so it
you.
is what it is. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're not really street, and I don't think that Nicki is really street. A couple street niggas, but you're not really street.
Facts.
Like, so at the end of the day, you might want to just, not get involved in that. That's just not what it is. Rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Rap, do what you do.
Everybody
get your money.
stick to what they do.
And at the end of the day, I say that the same thing to Cardi. Because being gangster and being crazy is not cool. It ends you up in a bad spot. So really, I got nothing but love for all females. And I wish them both the best. But the beefing, I don't really think that that's going to turn out cool. So I would advise them not to do it. Get money.
From a boss.
Hey. Official stamp on that. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. It's the Drop Night Show. We're here every Thursday, y'all. Every Thursday on Water Ice Radio. Thank you everybody who tuned in with the TuneIn app, that free John.
Yeah.
The IG page, you know what I mean? And we'll be back, yo, next Thursday, 8 p.m. Let's get into this last song right now. We're gonna go out with Nas, The Cop Shot the Kid. Instead of hearing him scream.
Facts.
It's Jamila T. Davis on the Drop Night Show, and we're
it's
out.
going down,
It's going
y'all.
down.
Damn.